Do you have a business, but you are struggling to make money? Well, in today's video, I am going to give you 15 different digital products ideas so that way you can start monetizing your expertise and making money today. So if you want to know exactly what these digital products are so you can start making money, then keep on watching. The great thing about the internet economy is that it has decreased the barriers to entry and made them so low so that way almost anyone with a business or an idea can start making money using the internet. And one way to do this is through digital products. Digital products are intangible goods that exist in the digital form. So you don't have to go through all the work of creating a physical product, about managing inventory as you would with traditional businesses. It's not like you have just 200 units and once you're sold out, you're gone and you have to wait for more to be created. In a lot of cases, there are no constraints on how many of these you can sell because they are digitally created and basically every order just multiplies a new digital product. It is fantastic. It is very lucrative. So with that basic understanding of digital products and the definition, let's dive into the different types of digital products that you can start creating right now. Now, the first digital product is eBooks. eBooks are pretty straightforward and they have been around a long time. The reason is they can be very profitable for entrepreneurs and small businesses. Very simply, an ebook is a digital book that someone can download and then learn about a certain topic. Most of the time, these are presented in PDF format, so people can keep them on their computer or their phone, but it is just a digital form of a book. And for the most part, these don't have to be as long as a normal book. These can be anywhere from 10 to 20 pages to even a couple hundred pages. It really depends on you. But really with all of these digital products, it comes down to content. What content or knowledge do you have that you can package into a book format so someone can purchase and then learn the principles inside? And the content is really up to you. You can do things that are very, very specific. For example, how to start your own mobile pet grooming business, or you can do things that are more broad like marketing tips or whatnot. Really, whatever you and your focus is what your ebook can be about. But remember, you have to be solving a problem for something that people need. So in determining any ideas for these digital products, you really should start asking your audience or listening to what your audience is asking you. If people keep saying, how do you do that? How do you do this? Can you break down this? Then you might want to take that knowledge and turn it into an ebook so that way people can purchase anytime that they ask. Another way to create ebooks is if you have a blog and you have a variety of posts on a certain subject. Let's say you did a series on email marketing, you can then repackage those blog posts into an ebook and sell it in a very concise manner. Now, I know you're saying,
well, people can just read it for free on the blog. Why would they purchase it in the ebook form?
You would be surprised. People are actually willing to pay for the convenience of having something all in one place versus having to sift through your website and find bits and pieces here and there. And just like the length of an ebook can vary, the price of an ebook can vary as well. I've seen ebooks priced all sorts of different things. I've seen $1 ebooks anywhere to $100 ebooks. That is really up for you to decide based on how much content and information you have in the book. A really great example of the success of ebooks is Pat Flynn. If you don't know Pat Flynn, he's an amazing entrepreneur. He was an architect that actually was fired from his job. And in architecture, there is a certain certification exam that you can pass called the LEED exam. And so he passed this exam, and what he was able to do is he packaged all of his information and study sheets and information into an ebook that people who also wanted to pass the test could find and then purchase themselves. Another example I love of ebooks is Busy Toddler. This is an Instagram account that I follow that has tips and tricks on how to keep your children or your toddlers entertained in a very educational and fun way that doesn't use screens. And so what she does is she basically took all of her different tips and activities and she packaged them into an ebook that you can purchase so you can have all of her best activities all in one place. So whenever you need an activity for your child, you just pull up the ebook and off you go. And yes, I did purchase this and it's amazing. All right, the next form of digital products is Masterclass. This is basically a video of a presentation of you doing on a certain subject. So let's say how to use Photoshop and learn Photoshop in 60 minutes. You can do a presentation on that, and you don't even have to be on camera for this. You can just have some basic PowerPoint slides and maybe a screen share if you want, but basically it is the material in the masterclass that people are paying for. So you can do this masterclass once, save the file, and then if people want to go back and purchase, then they can go back at any time to get access to your masterclass. Pretty awesome, right? All right, next up is courses. This is the big sister to masterclasses. Masterclasses are really focused on one small section, while a digital course has a variety of topics that you are teaching someone to master. These are longer. There's a lot more video modules and worksheets and activities for you to do because you really want someone to be able to go through the course and become a master. There are digital courses for everything nowadays. For example, I have a coaching client who is a violin instructor, and she has a beginner violin course specifically for adults. For adults who never got the chance to learn the violin when they were in high school or elementary school, but they want to learn and develop that skill now. She has an entire course that gets you through all the basics and leads you up to be able to play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. So that is an example of a great course that is very specific. It's to a very target audience that teaches specific skills with a specific outcome in mind for the student. Like I said, courses can be very short, but they can be very long, while other courses may have the material dripped out over the course of a few weeks. It's up to you how you want to structure it, but basically once you have the course, people can then purchase at any time and go through the course that way. Now, another example of a digital product that you can do is an audit. An audit is where you will review someone's product or service and give feedback on what is working, what's not working, areas of opportunities, things that they can improve on, things that they should stop doing, so on and so forth. This isn't as much of passive income as some of these other things that we've been talking about, but it is still a great digital product where someone comes to you, you look over, and then you provide them an audit or a report or a breakdown. Maybe you have a call where you then present the findings to them. In my business, I do audits on YouTube channels. So if someone is struggling with why they aren't getting more subscribers or more followers or more views, then I go in and I do an audit on the YouTube channel, and then I present my findings to them on areas of opportunity so that way they can start gaining traction on their channel. All right, next up are detoxes or cleanse. People are always wanting to improve their lives and to get better at something. And so a detox is a program that someone can buy into so that way they can get the desired result. For example, if you are a nutrition coach, you can have a detox on how to quit soda. And you would have a series of steps for someone to do in a program. It might come with an ebook that they can follow the steps, but it's basically your formula on how to cleanse or detox from soda so you can rid yourself from soda. Or for example, how to detox off of coffee. These are very popular in the health and wellness space, but these don't necessarily have to strictly be about that. Think of something for your audience that your audience needs to detox from. Maybe it's social media, maybe it's phone, maybe it's an addiction of some sort. There are lots of opportunities for you to sell a detox and then to have someone go through that program in that way. This is a little bit more self-guided. You're not necessarily going to be like a digital course where you're going to have videos for them to walk through, but you might have worksheets, but you will have your own proprietary steps or process where if someone does all of these things, they will have the desired outcome. All right, the next digital product is promotions or sponsorships. So these are things that you can have on your Instagram, on your YouTube channel, on your website, where someone buys for placement of their product on your channels. It's up to you how you want to structure this. There are influencers on Instagram and all around the world who make big bucks on this. So it is very popular and a fantastic digital product. Companies might come to you wanting an Instagram post. They might want to sponsor one of your videos, or a company could reskin your website for a day and have their brand and logo up top for anyone who visits your website. There is a variety of different ways that you can do this. You can even do it for your newsletters or your email lists. Whatever you do, make sure that you do disclose that this is a sponsored post, and be sure to follow the FTC regulations for sponsored posts if you are in the US, and if you are in a different country, follow your country's laws and regulations. I am not a lawyer, so please do not take this as legal advice, so talk to a lawyer and we'll help you out. Depending on you and your influence, you may be able to charge a lot for this or even a small amount. Don't think that you have to have hundreds of thousands of followers or subscribers to be able to have sponsored posts. You can have a very small following and brands are still willing to pay a small amount to get their product in front of your audience. With promotions and sponsored posts, brands can come up to you. They usually approach larger influencers. However, if there are brands that you want to become sponsors, you can approach them and suggest ideas for a collaboration, a sponsorship, or a promotion. All right, next up is email challenges. This is similar to detox or cleanses, but it doesn't necessarily have to have that detox or cleanse result. It is just a challenge that someone signs up for to motivate them to get something done. I've seen email challenges where you sign up and they will teach you how to build your email list up to 100 subscribers. And so what you're gonna do is you'll sign up for the email list, you will pay, and then over the course of the challenge, you will get different emails. I've seen email challenges about manifestation, where they teach you the principles of manifestation and how to bring that into your life. There is a variety of topics that you can cover in an email challenge. I do not want you thinking for any of these,
well, that doesn't apply to my business. I can't do that for my business.
Yes, you can. If you have something that people are willing to pay for, these 15 digital products that I'm talking about are just different ways to package and sell that knowledge. Some require a lot of work, some require a little work. But whatever it is, these are ideas that you can do right now to sell your knowledge to help people who need what you offer. All right, next up is worksheets. These are downloadable items that people can print out to complete tasks. I've seen people do this where they have daily motivation worksheets that you can download, and every single day you fill it out. Or maybe you have your own unique way of doing productivity or to-do lists. People who want to know your system of how you get stuff done can then download this worksheet and they can print it off every single day and they can complete it, or every week or every month or whatever your business or product has, or they can just do it online. But it's just a worksheet that allows people to data dump and to get stuff done. If you have a home organization company, you could have a worksheet that goes through each of the rooms in the house and it breaks down the different things that someone would need to do if they were to declutter their house. All right, next up is templates. Templates are crazy and people love them. I see tons of templates on Etsy for things like birthday party invitations or wedding invitations. Basically, a template is something plug and play where you do all the design elements, you do all the hard work, and someone can then just go in and change certain elements about the template to relate to them, and then they can print it or use it for their own means. These are very popular with email sales funnels. People know that they need an email sequence and an email sales funnel, but they just don't have the time, energy, or resources to create it themselves. So you can actually sell them your email scripts and they just plug and play and put in their information, their product, their stories, and customize it to their own needs. All right, next up is stock images and stock photos. So if you are a creative and you are a photographer or you are a designer, you can actually sell your work to stock photography and stock image sites so that way people can buy it. And I know this section is all about stock photography, but it doesn't necessarily have to be stock. It can just be your photography or your prints. For example, one of my favorite artists is Brittany Lee, and this was a print that she had in her shop. Now, this was a print that she actually had the print and mailed it to me, but if you are an artist, you absolutely could have a print like this or a photograph where people just have the digital rights to print on their own. I have a few photos in my home where I just went on their website, I liked the photo, I bought a digital version of it, and then I was able to print on my own. But for the photographer, that was pretty hands-off because they didn't have to do any of the printing or shipping. They just sold the right of the photograph for me to use it. All right, next up is printables. These are things that you give people digital access to that they can just print out on their own. So let's say you are a party planner and you have all sorts of ideas on how to throw a fun party for your family. So let's say someone wants to do a Tangled inspired birthday party. You could have a ton of printables of different banners, maybe pin the nose on Eugene printable that someone could print out for a fun game. Anything like that where people can just buy it from you and print it on their own and off they go. All right, next up is planners. Planners are huge. People love having a system to help them be organized and motivated. For example, Rachel Hollis, this is her Start Today journal. And basically what it is, it just has a few prompts that you go through every single morning. Now, again, this is the physical version of the product, but if you wanted to do a digital product of this, you basically would create a digital planner that people could then go and print on their own. All right, next up is a membership site. This allows people to have exclusive access to you and your content on a monthly basis. It's a way for you to share your knowledge to a larger group of people without having to do it one-on-one. It's much cheaper than if someone was to do a one-on-one consult with you, or even if they were to buy a course from you, which is why people love it, because it gives them instant access to a lot of your content and even to you in a digital setting. One example of a digital membership is Jade Bennett. She is an interior designer and she has her Find It subscription where people can have access to all of her masterclasses that she's done, a lot of her eBooks. They have a monthly coaching call with her where she's able to help people. They have access to her where they can ask her questions and she will help them with ideas for their home. So again, I know people think,
you're right interior designer? Don't you have to go to their home? Don't you have to see their space? Isn't that a very one-on-one consultation?
Absolutely not. Jade, for example, has knowledge about interior design, how to make a place where you love where you live and live where you love, and she shares that in her membership. So people who are wanting to have that in their life and in their homes can sign up and get access to all of that information. All right, next up is spreadsheets or progress trackers. A lot of times people want to track their progress on something, or they want to have a spreadsheet where they can just fill in their numbers and it spits out the results through a formula. And the problem is a lot of people don't know how to create that, but you and your expertise, you can create a spreadsheet or you can create a tracker that someone could just buy the access to, and boom, off they go, and they can just use it for their own. This is very common in the health and wellness space. You can do a weight loss tracker or a body mass tracker or an exercise tracker. Or if you're in the financial freedom space, you could create a budget spreadsheet where people can easily go and put in all of their income and expenses and have a budget right then and there. I know when I first started budgeting, I created my own budgeting spreadsheet, and if I wanted to, I could have sold that to other people. So they had the tools, they had the spreadsheet, but for them, they wouldn't have had to waste the time getting it set up, putting in the colors, making it pretty, putting the formulas, making sure everything works right. People are definitely willing to pay for things if it saves them time, money, or energy. All right, those are some digital products that you can start using right now in your business. I gave you a variety of different types, from very small and easy to bigger and more complicated, which gives you a range that you can charge in your business. This allows you to have multiple income streams, and a lot of times very passive income streams, which is very helpful in business to have because you're not just trading time for money. If you found this helpful and you're now going to create your first digital product, give this a like. I want to see if we can get 500 likes on this video, so help me get there. And also let me know down below in the comments, what is your favorite digital product? What are some digital products that you have purchased that you found really interesting or informative? This will help give all of us different ideas on how we can start implementing digital products in our business. And of course, if you like this content, be sure to subscribe. I appreciate it. And of course, hit the notification bell so that way you are notified every single time a new video drops. That's all I have for today, and I'll see you next time. This will help give other people ideas on digital products that they can use for this will help give some of the other viewers, this will help give us